Stop. Take your mind off something and put it on your mental goals for next year. 2024 goals we're working on as part of our Get Your Goals annual challenge, setting our goals for next year. I like to set myself up for success, which means thinking about what I want to achieve next year before the end of this year and setting those goals. So since that's something I do, I want to share that with the people that I'm doing the challenge with. So today we're focusing on our mental goals. We're doing each of the different areas and aspects of our life, one day on each of those. And we're following a process. We've got an 8-step process that we're following. If you want to know about that, you can check it out as part of the challenge. It's free, right? So why not check it out and see what you can learn from that. We've spent an entire year, today's day 346, talking about goals, how to get them, how to set them, and different goal topics for each of the different life framework areas and aspects of our life. Our idiom today was to take our mind off something, usually something kind of that we don't want to think about. We all have times when we are not sleeping, something's keeping us up at night, a challenge, a problem, a worry, an obstacle, a setback. We talked to that with respect to our businesses, growing and building and supersizing our businesses. And I don't know about you, but there's been lots of times I've lost sleep over something or other in my business. A lot of times things that are outside of my control. And I realized that it isn't helping me to not focus on the solutions and solve the problems. So I shared 8 different ways to go about turning off that monkey mind or stopping so that we're not thinking about things that we don't want to think about. I guess I didn't even share this, but the biggest thing is to flip it around, and instead of thinking about the things you don't want to think about, focus on and think about the things that you do want to think about. Wow. Wish I would have thought about that when I was doing the idiom. So mostly it has to do with, avoiding triggers, things that keep you thinking about that thing. Think if you've ever broken up with someone, or if you're divorced, you know exactly what I'm talking about. How often do you catch yourself thinking about your ex-spouse or about events and experiences that you had with them, and you just don't want to think about that? At least I don't want to in my situation. So what are some triggers? How do we avoid those triggers? How do we substitute positive distractions that keep our mind off what we're thinking about? Spend time with a friend, helping someone else, volunteering, finding ways to not think about what you don't want to think about by thinking about what you do want to think about. But calling a friend, removing triggers, using physical action, changing our environment is one of the fastest, easiest ways to stop thinking about something we don't want to think about. Physically moving our body, things like that. I personally like to eat caramels, which is probably not one of those best healthy alternatives, but I tell you what, a yummy caramel or a yummy caramel coffee gets my mind off things I don't want to think about and gets me thinking about solutions and focusing on what I do want. So that was our idiom for today. Secret, and I think I mentioned it at the end of my video. I picked an idiom that I just covered like a month ago, and I was like, man, this seems so familiar. And then I searched my page today, and I'm like, oh, I just covered that 4 weeks ago. I'm definitely not going to do it again today. So I picked another one, and I found 8 ways to get that monkey mind shut off. And I probably talked about monkey mind. I don't know about monkey mind. I don't think it's an idiom. But about when we get stuck on a track. And it's usually when we're doing something that undermines our confidence or causes doubt or worry or fear within us as we're doing anything, and especially when we're building and growing and supersizing our business. If we compare ourselves to others, without actually knowing what they went through, that is an exercise in futility. I would contend that ever comparing ourselves to others, including our competition, is a waste of time and energy. We're here to become a better, ever-increasing, better human being and version of ourselves, not version of anyone else on the planet. So if you want to aspire to be something, aspire to be the best possible human being and version of yourself that you can be. Because nobody else can do that. Only you can. Everybody else is taken. All right, that's all I've got today. It is Tuesday here in my neck of the woods. I think it's 12/12/23, which is a cool and auspicious day. Even Dunkin' Donuts, I just saw, is giving away and selling a dozen donuts for $1 today. So if there's a Dunkin' Donuts in your area and you want some glazed donuts, hop on in. Why am I promoting Dunkin' Donuts anyway? I do like them. I haven't had one for probably decades. Anyway, have an awesome day. If I can help you anyway, ask. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow. Get my mind off donuts. Bye.